Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
I am comfortable as hell right now in this back nine problem shirt.
You look fly as fuck, dude.
Right? Now,
Yep.
here's the thing.
Yep.
It fits you like Under Armour, which if you're fat is hilarious. Like, a fat person in Under Armour is like a pig with a baseball cap. Like, it's just adorable and funny. You know, it's always just like, look at you. What are you doing?
You look so comfy,
Yeah,
cozy.
it really just hugs every single part of my body. But God damn it, is it a comfortable shirt?
Yeah, and you're wearing the hibiscus, right?
Hibiscus.
Yeah, hibiscus.
Yes, sir.
The color combination, honestly, looks
Oh.
like seeing it on screen right now and then on your body, you know?
It's very vibrant.
Yeah, like the blue is like almost like more like a lighter, I don't know, like sky blue, you know? Whereas this one's on the image, it's a little bit darker.
In the image, you can't really see the green and the leaves.
Yeah, no, but honestly, like I really love how it looks on the actual, like in person. You know, the contrast of colors is excellent.
And this is one of the ones that we said, like if they were to send it to a fat golfer,
Boom.
the hibiscus
Yeah.
is one of the ones that I think that they
10
should
out
go
of 10,
for.
yeah.
Everything about it is big. The flowers are big. The leaves are big. The amount of material that was used to make this shirt, big. Compared to like a medium,
Big.
holy shit.
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder how they figured out like the shirt sizes thing. Because it's not like
just went around and measured like you're huge.
well, it's like it's not like medium
This big.
is a 1.5 or a large is 1.5 mediums, right? Or XL is 2 mediums, or
No, you can't multiply it. No,
no, it's not. There's no formula.
Proportions
like that.
change. You know,
Yeah.
right?
So it's like they just kept making them because eventually it all came down to sizes that everybody agreed upon.
Yeah.
Except for every company, they're slightly different, right? Like there's companies where I could still wear a 2X, and there's companies where I'd probably have to wear a 5. Like, it's just
Yeah. Well,
Like-
that's in just brand variants in general, right?
it's like the material too of the shirt.
Yeah.
Like you wash it once and it becomes a medium, and it was a 3XL once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many shirts I've gotten that like fit wonderfully from Burlington, and then you wash them once, and then now you're like they don't even cover your belly button anymore. Like you just got midriff.
Yeah. It's a whole different kind of outfit now.
Yeah, like you're supposed to be working out in it. Like
Yeah, dude.
it's breathable.
Yeah. I mean, like that's how like pants are too, aren't they? You know, maybe not in the shrinking sense, but definitely in the sense that every size is always like I feel like vastly different. You know,
Yeah.
even though it's like I am like I don't know like a 44 or something. You know, but some other pants like 42s fit. Some have to be a 46. You know, and
Yeah.
higher. You know, like it's just I don't know some.
Yeah, no, I remember one time I was getting work pants, and the guy
Irritating.
working there was like, if you're getting Dickies, you should go one size bigger. Always go one size bigger if you're buying Dickies pants. It's like, why? He's like, that's just how they make them.
It's weird.
I was like, well, then I'm going to wear
Wonder why.
Carhartt. And they're like, oh, you must be a real man. I was like, I'm a real man.
I am a real man. But you just wear one of these back nine problems fucking polos here,
Oh,
you know?
boy, bro.
And
I
you
wore
look like
this.
a real man.
I wore this bad boy out to the lake. I look like Big Kahuna out there, bro. Everybody thought I was Gabriel Iglesias from 100 yards away. They're like, is that Gabriel? Is that him? That's a big motherfucker on that boat.
You just walk around going, I can't even go that high.
Yeah. he's like-
Yeah, I don't know how he goes that high. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you know what's weird is I saw him on he went on Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't
shit.
I don't know
Fuck
if it's like the first time or not. He probably's been there before, but the way he speaks on that podcast where he's not performing, it's almost like he's performing. And let me say this, like, because whenever you see him on a screen,
Yeah.
he's always like super energetic,
Animated,
and
yeah.
he throws a lot of his accent in there, and he's saying Spanish words, and he's the big fucking happy fatty. But when he's talking to Rogan, he's like trying to be serious,
Okay.
and it's like it's almost so alien to him to even be that. I think that he's acting serious when he thinks he's being serious.
Oh, sure.
I think him being
Sure.
serious is a portrayal of what he thinks serious is.
No, yeah. I mean, I could totally see him being like such a consistent performer. You know,
Yeah.
his life is like the performing, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that becomes like pretty much his integral anchor point in his
Yeah.
personality.
Well, it's like
hard to beat that, you know.
it's
or
like when you
overcome
watch.
it, I guess.
It's like when you watch all the Spider-Mans and then you listen to an interview with Tom Holland and he's like British or something, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that." You go back to your American accent. I want a Spider-Man interview. So when I see Gabriel Iglesias trying to like speak with almost no accent, very calm, a little bit deeper register, I'm like, "What the fuck is this? Go back to being Gabriel. This isn't why you're on the show."
Oh, what the fuck?
Like, you're on the screen, sir. You're not. This isn't Larry King.
It's
It's Joe
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan,
He's high
bro.
as fuck. There's a dead moose behind you, quartered in a fridge, and everybody's on DMT. Be Gabriel
fucking
Iglesias. Don't be
tripping.
this fucking cuck. I don't like this at all.
Trip. Oh, man.
What do you think? You're with Don Lemon? Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Was he getting like super philosophical or something, or what?
I think a little bit, yeah. Like he was getting a little bit of that, but it's also just like if Larry the Cable Guy was doing an interview, would you want to watch it if he was just being Daniel Whitney, or would you want to watch it if he was being Larry the Cable Guy?
Probably the latter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, because that's who you're invested in. I don't give a fuck about Daniel Whitney. I'm sure he's fine, but like, I want to watch Larry. I
Yeah.
clicked on this interview because it's Larry. I didn't click on this interview
Sure.
because it's Daniel.
Sure.
Same thing with Gabriel Iglesias. It's like I thought he was going to be fun and having a good time, get a little high, eat some cake. You know, just
some cake.
Now he's sitting there throwing out his like political views and talking about why he can't perform in Spanish. I was like, you suck.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking bummer.
I'm bored.
Yeah. Now I hope I never become a comedian and run into Gabriel Iglesias. It's like, didn't you say I sucked? So you don't know who I am. Shut up. You shut your big ass up. My big ass, your big ass. Shut up.
Yeah.
All right, you fatty.
Fat.
I wonder if I got to be around his size.
No, he's bigger, I think.
No, but he lost a lot of weight.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Good for
yeah.
him.
He's not like peak fat as he was, but like he's definitely gone down quite a bit.
So, but he would fashionably wear one of these backland problems. Polos,
I think
yeah?
he could totally fit into one of these B9P shirts, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A B9PT, bro, with a bap rag out the back pocket, because you know he'd be sweating. Those are carnitas sweats. Those are the carnitas.
He could use the moisture wicking 4-way stretch modern fit,
Yeah.
wrinkle free, breathable material.
Oh my God, you spoke. We listened. We moved our logos around. Oh, we've read this one. You cucks moving your logos around.
Backlandproblems.com, all lowercase.
Thickness, all lowercase.
Yes, you
We
asked
asked
them
him.
why.
Yeah, we asked them. But you ask them. Everybody reach out to their Instagram and just be like,
Nobody knows.
what's going on?
Nobody knows.
Why are you guys doing this?
It'll be a mystery forever.
All right.
What do we have for us today, buddy?
All right. So I did want to say on some personal news,
Oh,
I got to pay off my car yesterday.
fuck yeah!
Right? It's the most adult I've ever felt in 30 years. I got to go into the bank and be like, how much do I owe? Blow. There he goes. Big bam.
Yeah,
And then-
fucking done.
And they're
so.
like, that was great. Congratulations. I was like, yes, thank you very much. Now close my account. And they're like, what? I was like, close my account. We did it. I paid out the car. I don't want to bank with you guys.
bye-bye,
anymore.
motherfucker.
And they're like, are you sure, sir? And then they're like, we can get you a credit card. And I was like, you can
No.
fuck off.
No, you're making money off
Yeah,
me for
you can-
no longer.
You can stop
Yeah.
just fucking around. I even left my card there. I was like, you just shred this. I trust you guys more than myself to get rid of it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an ultimate statement. It's like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
You're like,
I literally
there you go.
slid it under the little fucking bulletproof glass sneeze guard that they have. And he's like, I just don't need this
It's like
anymore.
you serving them their papers, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, you've been served.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to finally pay it off.
Fuck yeah.
That's a fucking feeling, man. That's a goddamn. This country
Huge
runs
lift.
on debt, and for the first time, I'm
Yep.
not in it.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah.
Of course, I'm in it because of the government thing that we talked about that episode.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's credit card debt now. That's
Yeah, it's
normal
different.
American
It's
debt.
different. Like,
Credit card debt is the same as just like every other fucking bill. right? You look, credit card's like one of the, it's just gonna be around. It's like the water bill. It's like I'm
Yeah.
never gonna pay off the water bill.
Yeah, most of us will never be able to be completely out of debt unless you're like super on top of it and you get paid pretty good money, especially around here.
Yeah. And like I think I could be within a few months, but that would be like just like living Pop-Tart to dollar. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm gonna ration out Pop-Tarts over a month, one pack.
Yeah,
Only eat one at a time.
It's one of those. I feel like debt in general is like it's a slippery slope and it's a steep slope.
It's
know?
a steep
like,
slope.
You'll slip for a little bit, and if you're good and consistent with your money, you can get back up to the top really quick. But as soon as you go,
bro, remember? I don't know if you
the
remember,
bottom,
but
gone.
like our first year at like DVC, like in college, our first year of college, there was so many people throwing around credit cards and stuff and loans.
yeah.
Like just everywhere,
good.
like,
Not good.
oh, you're living on your own? Well, you're going to need a credit card. You're not always, you're busy. You've got class. You've got school. You can't be working right now. Pay it later. You're going to pay the school later. Pay this shit off later, too. It's like, that sounds great. It's like, what's the interest rate? No 18-year-olds ever asked that.
Yeah.
They just sign the paper and go, free money? Free money.
Oh boy.
You're going to give me free money. You guys are retarded. I'm never going to pay you this.
Yeah, right. Not read the dotted lines
I love it.
at all.
I wonder how many 18-year-olds go, I'm never going to pay this. These guys are stupid. You ever meet one of those confident, stupid
I feel
people?
like a good amount. Yeah.
You know, like-
especially at community college.
Yeah, it's like somebody who thinks they could just like ignore debt collectors and that they'll just go away.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't gotta pay that shit. They'll just give up.
Like, nah,
It's like,
bro.
No,
They'll
they
find
don't.
you, dude.
No, they really don't.
They'll
No,
start
they.
fucking taking shit.
You
from
start getting warrants. You get shit taken out of your paycheck.
Yeah,
It
if you have a house, fucking not anymore.
becomes a much bigger problem than it was when you just owed people some money.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
You've pissed off some people.
The realization that loans are just guns to your head, with their hands out for more money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I wonder. It's a little early for a Google search, but let's look up what percentage of Americans are in debt.
Oh, probably everybody.
Right? Like, I think it's just, everybody's just throwing them out money that we don't really have. It's a lot of IOUs. Ooh, some of those autofills were pretty good there.
Obese and stuff, yeah.
Obese and
We
black.
do a Google autofill for a segment. There you go.
Jesus. The average American debt per U.S. adult is 58 grand.
Oh, fuck.
77% have at least some type of debt. Let's pause a second to define debt. No, we're not going to do that. But, how do you define debt? I owe somebody money. Conversation's over. But, dude, $58,000 on average is fucking nuts. That's a fucking cheap Mercedes.
Look how we have guard. Oh my god, that was genius.
Yeah, we did it. We're Ramsey Solutions. We're here for you. We're here for you. Promo code thickness. You can, but that's an insane amount of money. 58 grand.
77% of American households. That's a lot of people too, bro.
Oh my gosh,
That's a lot of people. That's 2/3 of a pie, dog.
Dude,
fucking
that's
brain.
3/4.
3/4, yeah.
yeah. That's most motherfuckers that are walking around. 3 out of 4 motherfuckers
Jesus
walking around.
Christ. I mean, do you consider like house debt? Like
Yeah.
if you buy a house, that's debt, right?
Yeah,
You know, 'cause you owe
definitely.
somebody money.
Yeah. Like,
so I mean,
anything
of
that
course.
you're paying money towards that's not like a reoccurring bill, right? Like you're not in PG&E debt,
yeah.
unless you're like fucking giving them shitty checks and you're only paying for half the shit at a time. And
I
stuff.
mean, some people probably are like in debt to like cable for a little bit before they shut down for a couple months. I think usually cable companies, not cable, internet more specifically, because internet and cable are the same thing now.
yeah,
But like Xfinity, I think they will like give you warnings and shit, and before you'll get like 3 bills before they finally cut your service.
dude,
Versus PG&E will probably be like, nah, bitch, like
Oh, yeah.
bye bye.
my mom was the person who got to cut people's cable off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was her
fucking
job
bitch.
for like 20 years. I would have tried to
Wow.
drink myself to death too if I had that job. She would do shit like cut people's cable off in the middle of the Super Bowl, right? Because that's a good incentive to get some money back from people, to just be like, first quarter of the Super Bowl and just shut their shit off. They've got a party over. There's 15 people. Everybody knows they're broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make deals over the phone. They're getting screamed at and everything like that. And my mom's just like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
You're going to pay me. I'm going to get commission off that motherfucker. Or you can go to the bar and watch the Super Bowl. Come home to your fucking quiet house. You're the only bitch. I hope your wife leaves you.
So sad.
It's a savage job, dude. Like,
Fucking
I don't know
Christ.
how my mom did that shit. Like,
This very upsetting life.
the fact
for
that
sure.
my mom drank so much makes so much sense.
Does
just
she live in a
because-
black and white cloud too?
Imagine your
Poor lady.
your job. Imagine your job is to like grab the clipboard every day and be like, these are all the people who haven't paid in 90 days up to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go down the list and you turn off the service for each one.
Yep.
And you go, all right, Betty Ramsey, here goes your cable, and you
Yeah,
turn it off.
bye-bye.
And within minutes, the phone rings. I bet it's that bitch.
Yep.
I bet she's wondering where her fucking
Where's my shit?
Days of Our Lives stopped halfway through the fucking episode. She was about to come.
My stream.
Like, there's no way that shit's turning off.
My stream.
I've been watching.
Where's my internet?
I've been watching
Where's
General
my internet?
Hospital for 142 days straight. You are not just gonna turn it off right before that guy took his shirt off. That's crazy.
I want my service back now.
Yeah, my mom's like, "Well, you got money?" And they're like, "No." And they're like, "Well, then fuck you." And they're like, "Fuck you."
Back and forth
Yeah.
for fuck yous. Yeah.
Yeah, and then finally she either gets money or the lady screams herself out to the point where she can finally just hang up on her. And she goes, "All right, Mark Thompson, you're next, motherfucker. Let's
Oh man, I remember.
just crack a little ball of E&J and pour that back and then fucking click off the next guy's cable, wait for the phone to ring again."
Do you think? How long would you think before you would go from going down the list and going, yeah, kablow, like you're exploding people's names, and just getting into it, and then dropping down to like just you're pressing buttons now.
I would
you
get
know.
drunk with power. Dude, I would, as soon as somebody tries calling giving me some shit, they're going to get their shit cut off. I'm not just turning it off. Somebody's coming to your house and disconnecting that shit. And then you're paying for them to come back out.
Yeah, you just
If you want it
tack
back,
on the extra.
you
Fucking
better call
bills.
AT&T, bitch, because you're done with Comcast. All right? You can talk
I'll
to
be
me
like
like
Xfinity, you fuck.
that. Yeah. Dude, like they threatened to like kill her. Like
Damn.
everything. People are nuts. It happened to one of, like, not her coworkers, but like one of the other branches, essentially, where this fucking same job as my mom, like they turned off the person's cable during some, like, I think it was maybe the World Series, like the baseball Super Bowl,
Okay,
and like
pretty important.
turned off the cable and then had like a vicious argument with the guy over the phone. The guy sent her flowers. He figured out her name, sent her flowers, and then waited outside on a hilltop for the bitch to come out of the call center with the flowers, and then blew her fucking head off because now he knows which one it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. You sniped that bitch.
Holy fuck, man. Oh, so
Can you imagine
oh,
somebody
God.
hands you the target that lets them know who to kill?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, here, hold this so we can identify you for the vicious gunshot you're about to take to the head.
Dude, like, not only is that terrifying, but from your mom's perspective,
Dude.
hearing that, you
Yeah,
know,
she just drank more.
and,
She was fine.
Dude,
Just keep drinking, you know? It'll all go away.
I'll go away. Bro, that's horrific, man.
Yeah, dude.
Because that's like, you know, now you're playing the time game in your own head. You know,
When's
you
it
know?
going to be my turn?
Right, yeah. Like, when
Yeah.
is the next psychopath going to set his sights on me?
Oh,
you
God.
know?
Somebody,
Like,
you get some balloons delivered to the office and everybody freaks out.
Jesus, bro.
just-
Fucking security guards need to exist everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anybody that looks like they shouldn't be loitering, get them the fuck out of here, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Every security guard
Christ,
should get
bro.
like a stun gun and a small torch. Like a,
yeah.
you know, like a propane,
Some
like a map
fucking-
gas
like-
torch.
Like a bear spray
Something
or
that
something.
you could just like melt people with. You really fuck somebody up with it. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine you're fucking around, you're getting into a fight at the mall, and then the mall cop comes up with map gas torch and just starts burning you.
yeah.
And he just turns it on and just starts cranking it at your elbows and shit as you're swinging at each other. It's just
Yeah.
melting away
I
your
mean,
fucking skin.
I'm sure you'd be if you saw that, you'd be like, okay, we're gonna not go
Not fucking
anywhere
around at this
near that
mall,
place.
ever.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
100%.
I don't need to go to Spencer's Gifts, honestly. It's just
Word of
there to
mouth.
look at stuff.
Word of mouth is a very powerful thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really is, dude.
So it's 10,000 volts.
That's what I mean.
Start
You see that
tasing
and go, bro,
motherfuckers."
this motherfucker's just like murdering everybody.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this. This isn't subduing. This is just plain murder.
Also, I think I've always been on the side. I think neck guns would be hilarious.
Neck guns?
No, net guns.
Oh,
like
net
for like
guns.
elephants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just net gunning people in the mall parking lot.
Like basically tranking them.
Got his ass. He's just a giant burlap sack net just wraps around them, and then they start freaking out and they get captured in it.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you were saying Ned guns with a D.
No, I'm talking about
With a
like
net.
firing rope at people.
Yeah, NET. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What'd you say? But yeah, no. I like the idea of tranking people though. At the same time,
Tranking people sounds pretty fun.
Could you imagine
Tranking
some dude's running away and just gets fucking darted?
Yeah.
He just collapses like a sack of potatoes.
And I would spit on every dart. I would totally spit on every dart to make it personal. Sometimes when I'm working, I put screws in my mouth.
Jesus,
just so I can spit on it first, and then I'll put it in.
Claim it.
Yeah. It works every time.
My
I don't know.
DNA.
Like seriously, sometimes I'll be like, I'll be bouncing a screw off a piece of metal over and over and over again. Just reconsidering why I never went to like college or any of that shit, and just watching it fall out of the tip of my drill over and over and over again. And then finally, I'll literally just look at it and I'll fucking spit on it. And then I'll put it, it'll go right into the hole in the tip.
No problem.
Whatever the problem I was having just seems to go away.
Established dominance, on this fucking screw.
Yeah, a coworker of mine says his dad does that every time. Like,
oh, really?
He always spits on his screws. And I'm just like, and then like I get frustrated. I'm just like, fuck it. Bitch.
I wonder if it acts as like a kind of lubricant in a way.
It might. It also might just like it was disrespecting you, and now you've disrespected it, and it calms you to know that you spit on that stupid bitch. Right? Like yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Now we're even 1-to-1, bro.
Now do your job,
you motherfucker.
Yeah. In the hole.
Can we work together now, please?
Yeah. It's always like twist me.
Every vehicle's innards are just fucking exhibitionists and BDSM fucking shit.
Oh my god, dude! I pissed off Bubbles pretty good this week.
Oh, okay.
I pissed him off. It was so funny, dude.
How?
All right, so his mom comes out at like 8:00 at night, and she wants a milkshake. So she's asking Bubbles to DoorDash Jack in the Box to get some milkshakes.
Word.
Knowing that he's gonna want some food, so it's like she's basically offering
onion rings, bro.
She's basically offering, hey, I'll buy you food as long as you order me a milkshake. That's what she's doing.
Word.
Right. So she wants a strawberry milkshake. The old guy in the house, he wants a strawberry milkshake. I'm like, fuck it, let me get a strawberry milkshake. And then his mom's like, to him, she's like, do you want one? He's like, no. And I was like, you don't want a milkshake? Like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, I don't like strawberry milkshakes. And I'm like, you don't like strawberry milkshakes?
Specific.
Strawberries have nothing to do with it, right? The thought of a fruit even representing the food is enough that you're not willing to try it. Like, you hate fruits and vegetables so much that the idea of strawberries being even part of the background to the thought process of this milkshake,
forbidden, can't
this
happen.
Fast food milkshake is enough to where you're like, well, I'm not getting fruits and veggies. That's fucking crazy. No, it's named after a fruit. I can't put that in my body.
Named after a fruit.
Dude, like, it's inspired by strawberries. It's not made out of fucking strawberries, dude. Like, fucking chill the fuck out.
I eat fruit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, so now he's starting to get defensive because I'm shitting on him for it. And like I start to go into my rant. Like, I'm just like, I'm ready to just start going off on him about just how afraid of fruit and vegetables he is and how he'll only eat cheese and sugar. So I say, fuck it. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. I'm writing it down and we're talking about it on the podcast. And he goes, no, what the fuck? He's like, no, fucking delete it. I'm like, no. I'm bringing this up on the show. This is where it needs to be done anyway. This is where I could think it out. He's like, no, that's not true. I don't hate strawberry milkshakes because of the strawberries. And I was like, okay, then why do you hate strawberry milkshakes? He's like, I just don't like strawberries. Fucking hey, are you serious? God damn it. In the fucking, you're gonna wear out the grass going in circles that many times, dude. You're gonna fucking, there's gonna be a rut in the ground where no grass grows in the perfect circle the way you're talking, you stupid bitch. Like, dude, like, he doesn't like strawberry Pop-Tarts because, again, like, maybe it might have some strawberries in it, bro. But he's not fucking with fruit or vegetables like that, dude. like he can have a Gatorade that says like blueberry, and he's like, well, that's no, not doing that.
No,
It's got to be fruit punch.
There's berries in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no berries. What the fuck? I don't want to get a seed. Dude, he won't eat carrot cake. He won't eat carrot cake.
I don't like carrot cake.
I
either,
love carrot cake.
I'm not a fan
But
of carrot cake.
it's
either.
just another one of those, but it's got carrots in it. And that's enough for him to won't even try it.
I wonder what's worse, vegetables or carrots for him.
Vegetables or carrots?
Yeah, which one's worse?
Of the vegetables?
If he had to choose between fruits and vegetables, like which one?
Oh, fuck me, dude. Jeez. I guess fruits, because I've seen him eat corn, which is not a vegetable or nutritious whatsoever.
It's fucking some weird
There's-
shit.
It's literally just eating like cardboard. It just goes through your body. There's no nutritional value
It's
to
just
corn.
carb, right?
It's the building blocks to many other things, but eating corn does nothing for you. It does not count as having a healthy meal. It doesn't count as eating like broccoli. It doesn't have anything in it.
It's just empty carbs.
Yeah,
Like rice.
It doesn't have anywhere near the nutrients as any other vegetable on the list. So that's the only one he'll try. And even then, he'll probably just won't eat it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, and then you ask him, because he's almost 30.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah. Big man.
You ask him, it's like, would you even, how do you, I'll be like, you don't like lettuce? He's like, no, I hate lettuce. I'm like, when's the last time you put lettuce in your mouth? When's the when?
Have you tried it?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever even had it?
Yeah.
I tried it once when I was young. I didn't like it. It's like,
Yeah,
oh my
it's when
God,
you're
dude.
young, yeah.
It's like every
Try
vegetable or fruit he tried once when he was 6 and was probably forced to, and then threw a fit, and now he'll never try them again.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of, to be fair, I think he'd have difficulty eating the crunchiness of the lettuce.
oh, he's a toothless
know,
bitch,
so,
but that doesn't mean he can't have a banana.
Yeah, of course.
He can mush down a banana with his gums,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, but lettuce and leafy greens, and I think at this point, functionality wise, it's off the table.
He does have 17 of his teeth. It's just that most people have 30.
Yeah.
It's not a lot compared to everybody else, but there's teeth in his mouth.
Oh my God, this poor man. Bubble, shout out to you, bro. You're an animal.
Bubbles can
You're a fucking
Bubbles
animal.
can push his tongue out of his mouth without opening it. That's how many teeth he's missing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Close your teeth and try to put your tongue through it. No, obviously not. Bubbles could do that and still be licking his nose. He's a fucking animal, dude.
This fucking guy.
He looks like
The way you frame it's just gold.
He looks like somebody made a wax figure of Bob the Builder and then it melted. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking. He looks like halfway through the transformation of a Ninja Turtle becoming a human. It just stopped, like some type of fucked up experiment. He's still half turtle.
It wasn't enough mutant gene. Yeah.
Yeah. The machine fucking lost power halfway through, and now he's stuck
I'm
like this.
Alfredo of the Ninja Turtles.
Kill me,
Oh my
dude.
God.
He won't. He
Poor
just.
Bubbles.
He got
Crazy
so
man.
mad though. It was so funny to watch him spaz, and I was like, I'm talking about this on the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Dude,
Your logic, man.
Bro,
I'm sure he would love a strawberry milkshake.
bro, he won't eat apple pie or any berry pie. It's pie.
Right.
It's a pastry. It's fucking. It's a good
delicious,
time.
yeah.
It's a sugar.
Bonanza.
It's just a block of sugar
ton.
and a different color every time. But there's fruit in it, so no. Apple turnover, no.
My guy.
He
You know what
literally-
you're missing there. I can confidently say it's pie, bro. Come on. You
bro, it's just one of those dude, it's not like you're grabbing an apple and just eating an apple.
Sure.
Right? It's apple pie.
Sure.
There's gonna be some ice cream, there's gonna be bread.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be overly sweet. But because it's an apple is enough that he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because
Yeah.
it's just you literally you hate fruits and vegetables so much that the concept of a fruit or vegetable being inspired when making a food
Yeah.
is enough
to deter you.
no.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he literally no. His mom will buy Pop-Tarts, right? She'll buy 5 boxes. And 3 will be gone the first night.
Jesus.
And if she gets a box of strawberry, it will not be touched.
What the I don't
Yeah.
understand.
It's desperate times.
I don't
he
understand.
won't do it.
Like, like especially with apple pie, like there's many ways you can have it. Like, do you like your fillings to be like crispy apples or like more mushy?
Oh, both is great.
I prefer
crispy.
the mushy side personally.
yeah.
I don't like a crunch too much in my pie. You know
what I like
Other
is
than the fucking.
I like when the top is like burnt.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
that's what
crust
we're
is
talking
pretty-
about.
fire,
Yeah, like whatever.
But I mean like the actual apples.
well, fuck! I don't even know how you make them crispy. That sounds fire. You pan roast them first.
Well, no, they still have like the crunch to them still. They're not. They're
No,
still
to me
cooked through.
To
but-
me, that's like undercooked.
Really?
I know it's not undercooked, but my brain will process it like they didn't cook this pie long enough.
I kind of feel the same way.
Like,
Yeah, to
no,
me it
this
should
should
be
be-
mushy.
It's like boiling a carrot. If it's got any crunch, then you didn't boil it long enough, all right?
Yeah,
Like,
it isn't
put it
all the
back.
way through. Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like he literally like I feel like he tried everything once, really young, and he's not willing to try any of them again. And it's. I mean, I know he's autistic, but goddamn, like that's just a weird fucking straight up like hard stance. No, no chance.
Yeah, you'd probably like pie a lot if you gave that a chance.
I think he would love
honestly.
pie. I think he
who
would-
doesn't like pie, bro?
I think he would fucking like strawberry Pop Tarts. I think he would like a strawberry milkshake.
I think he'd like a strawberry milkshake more than the Pop Tarts because I can totally see that the artificial feeling of the strawberry being like too tarty.
Yeah.
Some strawberry flavorings are like medicine, like.
Oh
Have
yeah,
you ever had stuff like that where like occasionally that strawberry flavor or like that grape flavor or whatever?
cherries
Yeah,
to me
just
could taste
tastes-
straight up like medicine.
Yeah, and it's like brings back the old like Dayquil fucking days
Yeah,
when you were a kid,
Dimetap.
choking that shit down as a kid.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because now it's no problem, but when you first have Dayquil for the first time as a kid, you're like, this is vile.
Bro, your mom puts it on the spoon.
Robitussin,
Oh man,
the
it's
really
like that
liquidy, sludgy
angry,
stuff.
deep, viscous grape flavor.
Yeah.
And then you hit it and you try not to throw it up into the sink.
Yeah, dude.
And it just it goes
Like
down
it's
so
like
bad.
dentist flavoring kind of.
Now I
taste,
can
you know?
fucking tilt that bottle back. I'll chug half it. I don't give a fuck.
And
But
like,
when I was a
taste
kid, it
buds
was too
die.
much. Yeah.
Well, I think also the taste buds as a kid, as a kid also are way more just different, I guess.
Undeveloped.
Well,
I think everything's a lot more full tilt.
I'm sure-
I want really sugary. I want
yeah, I was
really
gonna say-
salty. I want.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like sugar is like a prominent thing for kids as taste buds wise.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like you get addicted to it so quick.
Yeah, it's like getting high.
I wonder if we have like more taste buds as a kid and then lose more and more and more as we get older, and that's why like adult palates tend to not care as much.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's that whole thing in culinary, like a refined palate. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like that's only a certain amount of people have that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Somebody again, we need a biologist on the show.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. For me, I think like if you're hungry enough, it doesn't matter what that
Sure,
food is.
it's delicious. you
Yeah,
know?
like whatever it is, dude. If you haven't eaten in a while, like a while, doesn't matter. Like I bet, like I wonder, I would want to do an experiment. Now, hear me out. I want to do an experiment where, while Bubbles is playing video games, I sneak up behind him and I wallop him over the head as hard as I can. What the fuck? And then I take the controller and I play video games.
That was the hardest segue ever.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
yeah, sure.
No, but
Sure.
like-
Why do you? Is he claiming the Xbox more or what?
You know what he does is he gets like he gets antsy and like fidgety when I'm playing.
Okay.
He starts mocking the game I'm playing. He starts listening to TikToks hella loud during cutscenes. Or he's trying to listen to the same 4 rap songs he's ever heard.
Yeah.
Like loud while I'm
Yeah.
playing games. And where I don't do that to him because I'm not autistic. But
Yes.
no. But like I want to, like tie him up or something, chloroform him, beat the shit out of him. Just enough to where he passes out. And then
Just dunk him into
and
water.
then
real
transport him to just like like a basement of some sort.
quick. Okay.
We tie him to a chair. We chain the chair to the ground.
Where are we going with this?
Every morning at 8 a.m. we wake up, we come out there, we just slap him in the fucking face. Just hard. Just a spit on the forehead and a slap in the face. No words exchanged.
This poor guy.
No words exchanged.
That's
Just
how you create
and then
trauma.
Smack.
That's real trauma
And then
creation right there.
after a week of being chained in the basement, no food, no nothing.
Jesus.
We give him a plate full of steamed vegetables. And then another plate full of fresh fruit. And we see if that little bitch is going to be like, I don't like vegetables. Little fucking asshole. I think he's just not hungry enough. He's
Yeah, I applaud that. That was good. Good turn on the roller coaster.
got a little dark there for a minute.
Yeah, I was getting nervous for a hot minute.
We had daylight at the end of it. It's all good. We came back.
Oh my god, yeah. Just the sheer, honestly, I think that's more terrifying. The scenario of being locked up and just only slapped once really hard in the morning, like hard, and
Yeah.
no words. I think after like the third or fourth day, your mind starts fucking creating scenarios, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're strapped.
Oh my
you know?
god, and you're not eating either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, what's more terrifying? Like, you getting your ass beat like hard every single day, or a single slap only with no information, no connotations.
Yeah.
You know, nothing.
You don't know why
And
it's
just
happening or how long it's going to be happening.
Yeah, and just let your mind travel. You
Yeah.
know, because people like when you're scared. When people are in fear, you know, your mind does fucked up shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, and his is only 0.25% functioning, so
Yeah.
I can only imagine what kind
The
of
short circuiting that would
lazy
happen.
hallucinations he'd be having.
It's like in a comic book where the right like connections and neurons in his brain meet finally, and he ascends to a new level.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'll take some vegetables.
All right. All right. Celery? What you're calling this?
Oh, at least like some broccoli or something.
Yeah, broccolini.
Broccoli.
God damn it, dude. I mean,
Do you think if you gave him like a pasta with broccoli in it? You know?
his mom has hidden vegetables in the spaghetti sauce before. That's
Damn.
about as far as she's ever
Damn.
gotten.
Damn.
Dude,
That's
I've-
some like toddler shit
Dude,
that my
thi-
mom used to do at least.
This is some toddler shit. He'll order like those tiny tacos from Jack in the Box.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, like you can order them like loaded where they just put a bunch of shit on them.
Yeah.
He'll order them loaded and he'll ask for no lettuce because it's a vegetable, which blows my fucking mind. It's just a texture. It's not a vegetable.
Yeah, especially when it's shredded.
Lettuce is
You
a
don't
texture.
go to shit, yeah.
Lettuce ain't shit. It's not doing anything for you. It's just a filler. It's just part of it. It's something to crunch on.
Yep.
And even that, it's like, no chance. To the point where if it accidentally comes with it, he'll throw it away.
Oh my god.
He will throw away tacos if they have lettuce on them. He'll throw away a burrito if it's got like, you know, onions in it.
A waste. Dude.
Like he literally will toss it.
Like that makes me feel way less bad about the food that I waste. You
Yeah.
know? Like
No, he's a
Jesus
piece of
fuck,
shit.
bro.
One time his mom ordered a bunch of burritos from this place he really likes, and the burritos are kind of small. I watched him open one up, take a bite off it, a decent sized bite, throw it away, and then grab another one and walk off with it. He's a real piece
What a
of
fucking
shit.
ass.
He's the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life. Like, it's the same burrito. It's like 10
Damn it,
BCRs.
dude, you son of a bitch.
Dude,
Oh my god.
he's always like,
He's a menace for sure.
he throws away the last 3 bites of his food no matter what he eats. He just tosses it. He doesn't give a shit.
I'm so amused that this is all just a show for you now.
He'll
You know?
he'll pour a tall glass of juice. He'll take 3 sips, ice and everything. All the ice that the machine has made currently. He'll take all of it from the house. Fill that bitch up with like Gatorade or Kool-Aid. Take 3 sips and then throw it into the driveway.
My fucking god. I think I remember you saying that before.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
dude. Yeah, I think like you're in a amazing situation where like it's just a show for you, but I think regular people would be just fed up
Oh
by
my
now.
god, dude!
Just
I'm not paying
absolutely
for it. That's
done,
why,
bro.
If
You
I was
know?
paying for it, I probably would have put him to sleep by now, like
Yeah.
a dog. Not like
Yeah.
I would have choked him out. Like I would have gotten him injected with something
Do you
to
ever,
where he
like,
closed his eyes for the last fucking time.
other than the
God
bullshit
damn.
that happens, you know, do you ever feel
You think
like
they ever put retarded people down like dogs? Like what,
Probably.
like when they've gone too far and like there's nothing you can do with them. You know, like they've been living in a group home.
I
They're
thought
biting
you
people.
meant more so like they literally can't function at all, you know? Like as in like they can't even function with a handler, you know, like their bodies are just falling apart, you know? Like then yeah, I could see that, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I mean if they can live with some help, probably not.
Yeah.
Unless you're in some fucking backwater country like in a horror movie.
Well, let's say like you're like 34. You're violently retarded, and I don't mean like you're so retarded that it seems violent, but you're retarded and you're violent. And like you have no family left. You're living in group homes off government pay, and you keep getting into fights and biting motherfuckers and stealing shit to the point where like do they just, do they send retards to prison or do they just put them down? Because I've never ever once seen in any prison show or prison movie or anything like that the character that is the violent, mentally challenged person.
This true.
They're never there. There's never like some Down syndrome boxer who just sits out on the yard all day punching dirt. Just
That would be
shadow boxing with a fucking basketball hoop.
That'd be horrifying.
Yeah, dude. They call him DoDo. DoDo.
DoDo. As you're
DoDo's
walking
a Down
up to
syndrome
him
boxer.
as you're walking up to him in the field, you notice like the ground is like reasonably shaking as you get closer.
You see every individual toe reaching dirt and grasping it.
Yeah, like his toes are like almost like feet, They've
Yeah.
evolved like a tribesman and can now grab deep into the fucking
Just a
into the
snail
dirt.
trail of drool. His fucking knuckles are always bleeding from dragging him around all over the place, and bouncing them off of fucking concrete.
Hey, Dodo. Oh, God. What do you want? That'd be horrifying. He's like unnaturally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like,
See, what do they do with
huge,
those?
huge.
Do they just kill them? Because we never see them. There's got to be violent retarded
I don't know.
people.
I don't know, honestly.
There's no way there isn't like a violent, mentally handicapped person that's like over the line. Not like mentally handicapped, like somebody quote unquote proved it in the courtroom and said that they're unstable or autistic. I'm talking about like I'm talking about DoDo, the Down syndrome boxer.
Yeah, like
you've
absolute
never seen
monster.
one. You've never
Yeah.
seen one.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they just put him down in the back. They
Yeah.
don't- It's the same thing they give the dogs, like whatever they would give like a basset hound.
It's just
You're like,
euthanasia.
yeah,
It's
like,
like, listen,
three needles full.
you're the equivalent of the Master Chief of the community of the fucking Billies, and you cannot be controlled. So
honestly
we're just
can't-
gonna put your ass down.
I can't have you Donkey Konging through this fucking facility anymore. Just light outing everybody that gets it. Just everybody that comes across it, you fucking light up like a Christmas tree.
It's very anime. I feel like
Look, here's-
over necessarily strong.
Here's a
fucking
fuzzy
guy.
blanket, and
It's a villain
here's
story.
some ice cream. I want you to look the other way while I put this long ass needle into your neck. Because we need you to really go down. We're putting this as close to your brain as we can.
This sounds like a Batman character.
I'd take
Like a
you
Batman
down.
villain.
I'd kill you with a hammer, but I think your skull could take the blow.
It's one of those where he just comes along with the retard strength, and like
yeah.
as the needle goes in, it breaks on his fucking.
Oh,
muscle
it
neck,
just snaps. Yeah, you're like, who
turns
did me?
turns into Bane basically.
Yeah, he just fucking sneezes and it comes out the back of his head.
Dodo smashes, and that's the whole fucking comic series.
Yeah, they gotta do something with those. I
Be a
don't
villain,
know.
bro. I mean, if they're that big of a menace, yeah, I would certainly hope so.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, like I wonder. I mean, it's a hell of a thing to even look up. But like, yeah, what happens to Down syndrome criminals? What happens to criminals with Down syndrome?
Or like unruly.
Maybe
you
they
know.
just send them to insane asylums and then they just drug them out.
Yeah, I mean
That sounds like the
that's
American
probably
way.
the more realistic way.
That's the American way.
but
That's what we
not
pay
as- that's not
taxes
as
for.
Fun, though.
That's what we're paying taxes for. What happens to Down syndrome criminals? Let's see. It's complicated. Of course it's complicated. Fuck you, Quora. That's not what I wanted. All right, here we go. Nope, that's Reddit.
So these are all just like, from what I'm seeing from mine, just straight on answers. Like the boring, like they just go to fucking jail and then get discharged after somebody claims them, basically. And if nobody claims them, then they get sent to an institution.
Yeah, just like a dog. Somebody's got to claim them.
That's,
That's fucking awesome.
that's literally what happened. This fucking says.
Guilty accepted sane. Verdict finds a mentally ill defendant criminally liable, but requires them to receive psychiatric treatment while imprisoned or to be placed in a mental hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
They get shuttled away.
They take him to the mental hospital. They figure out what kind of drug combination will keep it down, and then they bring him back to jail and give him his pills every day.
And I'm sure, honestly, they have a huge fucking system for what they choose to do afterwards. Like it's
Yeah.
probably like an elaborate fucking like, all right, like what do we do now? This guy's unruly. We can't save any kind of like institutional money, or there's no non-profit for him, or like there's no options at all.
Yeah.
There's probably like a huge fucking system of what they do afterwards. I imagine, because they can't just keep him forever. Because if they can, they have to have the funding for that. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
I found
hard segue.
I found one right here in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, go shoot.
A Chicago man with Down syndrome is being held without bail after he was charged in 2 separate murders.
Oh, damn.
So,
Scary.
yeah, the suspect who has Down syndrome pleaded not guilty.
Oh, shit.
Jimmy, did you
Okay.
kill those guys? No. Not me. I like those guys.
Jimmy, did you kill those guys? Maybe.
Jimmy, what? Show me on the doll the bad words they said to you.
On the doll?
Yeah.
What?
You gotta talk to him in code.
Just
He doesn't
cryptic
understand normal
language.
shit. Yeah. He'll pick it up.
Anyways, real quick, because we're at we're almost already at 45 already.
Oh yeah,
I want
thickness.
to talk
All
about.
lowercase letters.
Yes. You
Yeah,
asked
that's
them
the
why.
ad. That's the ad.
Holy shit. I watched Evil Dead recently.
Okay.
The newest movie, Evil Dead Rises.
Okay.
Super good, bro. You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen that one, but I saw the last Evil Dead.
Okay, yeah.
And the
yeah.
one that they actually did like seriously, because I've seen the other Evil Deads, like
Mm-hmm.
the one where it's like a comedy where he's got like a shotgun for a hand, his boomstick
Yeah, with
and
Ash.
stuff.
Yeah, and he goes,
Yeah.
groovy.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
But I also like the Evil Dead 4, which came out like probably 10 years ago, was like actually creepy and scary and
Yeah.
fucked up. That movie haunted me for years.
Really?
Dude, that movie
It's
was
good,
so
bro.
good
Yeah.
that even though I've only seen it twice, there's scenes I could still see in my head. Like when she licks the razor blade
Yeah.
off,
dude, it splits.
off the box
Yeah.
cutter and she's just
Yeah.
splitting her tongue.
Yep.
That and when that one-armed bitch is coming out to do with the crowbar and he's lighting her up with a nail gun.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's definitely Sam Raimi's really good at making those squeamish moments. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, one of those.
I don't
yeah.
like it, I don't
yeah.
like it, I don't like it.
This new one, there's definitely a couple of those that are really good that I still got me. I'm just like, damn, bro, that's you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because there's gore, like unnecessary, like everywhere gore. You know that there's nothing like squeamish about it. It's just like, oh, great, blood and guts. You know, nice. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then there's certain gore moments where you're just like, oh,
Yeah, like watching a
fuck.
needle go into an eye.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude. I don't want to spoil nothing, but it's super good. If anybody who hasn't seen it yet, like you guys, for real, like
I think in the
it's
last
really
one
good.
there is a part where like somebody gets a very sharp rock to the eye,
Yeah.
and then pulls their eye out, and it's still stuck on the rock. Like,
yeah,
that movie was fucking brutal.
yeah, dude. Any moments where you can really like get a ooh out of somebody, but then it doesn't pull you out of it. You
Yeah.
know, that's a good fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
So Evil Dead Rises is written really well. You know, the narrative actually is like they had a kind of a Tarantino like intro. You know,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you'll see when you eventually watch it. And being vague because I don't want to spoil it because it's that good. You know.
Yeah.
But the narrative is good. The effects were great. I love the cinematic value to it. Like the story in general, like actually had good pacing to it.
Okay,
But it was
okay.
like an hour and a half of like almost entirely just straight to the chase, just straight to the fucking monster. You
Yeah.
know, which was awesome, dude.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Highly recommend for sure. But a lot of that kind of horror genre got me thinking a while ago, and especially now after seeing that, is a lot of people go like, oh, like when you're watching a horror movie, why would you not go do this, or they didn't do that, or something's bad's happening, or they're not reacting, blah blah blah, right? And they always say in like movies, especially, it's like if horror movies were realistic, you know, the movie would start and then it would end because nobody would fucking ever go anywhere near anything bad. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
They'd
yeah.
see something spooky and go, I'm gonna go the other way, and then the
Nah,
movie
fuck
would
this.
end.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like no one would pick up the book and open up and look at the evil pages and then read the words from, you know,
Yeah.
it'd stay where it was found. you
Yeah,
know?
like, realistically, like
But-
I think it's maybe because it's horror movies or it's just pure instinct. There's been so
Yeah.
many times in my life where I've like walked into a situation and been like, nah.
Yeah.
And then just turn
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
one
dude.
time I was working at the Gugurgenspiegels and I was going to go out the front door for something. And I walked out there and there was a homeless guy just like 20 feet from me, shirt off, screaming into the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like just fucking looks like he's ready to fight everything and everyone
Yeah.
all at once, like
Yeah.
until the cops kill him. Like he was on that level of freak out. And I walked outside and I saw that and I was like, no, whatever was out here, I don't really need it.
Nope.
I can come get it later. I don't need to involve myself with this at all. Like, I'm done. No, fuck
Like,
you.
I'm gonna go back inside.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I've walked into a lot of situations in my life where I've gone like, all right, well, maybe this will be a good story. Let's see what happens. But never one where I'm like, that guy's gonna like murder us.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know?
I honestly, there's many crazy people out there, you know? But I feel like most of us have at least the instinct to like feel the negative energy of somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like you ever been out in like the forest or somewhere in general and like you're just roaming around and for some reason when you're standing in a certain area, you just feel uncomfortable, you know? Like
Yeah.
it could be an animal, it could be whatever spirit you believe in, what the fuck ever, you know? Like
Yeah.
but I think everyone inherently has that instinct where they get somewhere and something about it's not right, you know?
Yeah.
Like that natural just So there's this cave, you know what spelunking is, you know?
Is it like the guys who just go for it?
Yeah, so well they have like tools and stuff, but most of the time it's caves that go down into the earth's crust, you know?
Yeah.
And it's usually like a vein cave, you know, it opened up in some spots, but you're mostly climbing up and down.
Yeah.
And sometimes sideways. But it's tight, narrow,
Yeah.
like
Some of these
uncomfortable
guys,
spaces.
I watched a lot of these videos. Some of these guys will get to the point where like they're like a really, really skinny person and they're barely pulling themselves through this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Like, and they're like, well, I gotta get further. And
Fuck
it's like,
that
fuck
shit,
you.
dude.
I hope you die.
Fuck that
Fuck
shit.
you. You
dude.
gotta get further.
Yeah, for me, I feel like just being anywhere near like the entrance to, because usually it's like a small hole like in the surface of the crust.
Yeah.
It's not even like a big cave into small. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's like a hole that just is in the surface that you go into. That's
Yeah.
maybe either elevated or flush with the ground. You know,
Yeah. And then these
Like-
guys, sometimes they just get like stuck.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
they find some crazy, like maybe it's a little wet or something that helps them get through it initially,
Mm-hmm.
but then they just wedge themselves into a spot where it's like you
And
can't
you're
go
just
forward or
fucked, bro.
backwards. And then you just fucking die there, I'm assuming? Like,
Yeah,
you just-
yeah. So like we briefly brought it up before, but there's this place called Nutty Putty, right? Which is a hilarious cave name.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But this dude basically is like this famous spelunker, you know, that died in this cave and then forever closed it off from the public, you know? Like it wasn't even like a scenario where they could just fix that one spot, you know, and they just closed off the whole fucking thing and
Yeah.
sealed it from everybody, right? So this guy named John Edward Jones, and you can all look at this up too because this is a sad story, but also an instinct scenario. Follow your fucking gut, you know.
Yeah.
But he was climbing down into this cave, right, and got to a point where essentially there was a really, really small opening that you could squeeze through. And a lot of these spelunkers, they usually do that. They're familiar with making themselves small, get through, and
Yeah.
out, right? In this one, it was not only narrow, but it was long, you know? And he had to kind of squeeze his body in, army crawl, and at one point had to breathe in as much as he could to make himself smaller because a part of the cave that he was going through, that little crevice, started to really get kind of dangerously thin, right? And he kind of didn't realize it in time. So he squeezed through, he doesn't panic, right? And eventually he gets slightly stuck and caught on something, which causes him to like breathe out, and his body expands, and because he's now way too big for that spot, he literally wedges himself in between this crevice permanently, you know, and it begins crushing part of his body, his bones, you know, the muscles are definitely in there. And it's not even a scenario where he dies from being crushed. He dies from just starving and, you know, not drinking anything because he's stuck.
God damn it. That's
You know.
sad, but also good. Fuck him. Like, because he shouldn't be doing that shit.
You know, yeah, like this guy.
Yeah, it's like when we talk about like wingsuiters and shit, like these people who are clearly just being like, yeah, I could die, but it's all about the adventure. Well, there's your adventure, you cocksucker.
Yep.
I hope you fucking enjoyed starving to death like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
every time I see these guys doing this stuff, I'm just like, what the fuck is this for?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Adrenaline seeking, I
Well,
guess.
find it
you
a
know?
different way, man. Ride a roller coaster. Say the N word in public. Find adrenaline in a way that's not that.
I mean, like one of those is still putting your, life
You're
at
definitely
risk.
putting your life in danger. Depending on what town you're on, you might be fine though. You might become mayor. Really,
Oh,
it's like it's just a weird way to get adrenaline, bro. Like I don't. I can never see myself, because maybe I don't like adrenaline in the same way.
Sure.
But I can never see myself for any feeling
Yeah.
being willing to be like, I'm going to kill myself. Because if I survive, I'm going to feel pretty dope.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do that,
through.
I would fucking just choke myself when I jerked off.
Yeah.
If I needed that kind of adrenaline, I would be a choke jerker.
Yeah.
I'd be David Carradine or the guy from Lincoln Park, just spanking it with a fucking noose around my neck until one day you make an accident. And a Steve Aoki song has to come
Then
out.
it's over.
Fort Minor's playing for Lincoln Park concerts.
Jesus. Fuck.
Dude, Fort Minor, dude. Fuck that.
Oh my God, Fort Minor. Dude, so listen to this, dude. The hole that he tried to go through was barely 10 inches across and 18 inches high.
Wow.
You know, so it's like this tiny little space that's long. You know.
Yeah.
And literally, his chest puffed backed out and just permanently stuck. And one of his last fucking words is, "I really, really want to get out."
Oh, yeah. No shit.
Fucking.
Who did he
Christ.
say that to?
Yeah. I think his mom, or not his mom, his wife and his kid was there. Because he had a 1-year-old daughter and he was married just recently, you know, so his wife's there. Rescuers come down to try and get him out for 28 hours, just no avail, because you can't rip him out at all. He's so stuck that any really forceful ripping will probably just tear his limbs off or rip his rib cage open or yada, 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 you know, like, so literally they just have to leave him there, you know.
Okay, so he was with his brother, actually.
Yeah.
It was John and Josh. Now,
wife wasn't there too? His wife was there.
This is my favorite, though. For anybody who felt bad for this fella, let me read you this sentence. All John and Josh, both devout Mormons, could do at this point was pray. Now, that's enough for me to be like, all right, we lost a Mormon. That's fine.
Jesus.
Those fucking stupid ass Mormons, dude. What, you think you were going to knock on someone's door at the bottom of the cave and tell them about your Jesus?
I mean, do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior? Oh, boy.
Guide us as we work through this.
It's like a horror.
Save me for my wife and kids.
It's like a horror movie fucking monster that has a little fucking like hut inside of the bottom of the cave.
Yeah.
He opens the door like, Mormons. Closes the door again.
I'm surprised his magic underwear didn't save him. The fucking losers.
Jesus, bro.
Dude,
oh my God.
It's like one of those, like, if I hear somebody splatters against a rock while cliff diving, I'm just like, yeah, well, no shit. You know, like, oh, you
The
were
possibility
chewing.
was there,
Oh,
bro.
were you chewing on the end of the gun when it went off accidentally?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I must feel so bad for you.
I mean, yeah.
I hope his family hears
at
this shit. Your
point,
fucking husband's stupid.
At some point, there is like I mean, you're doing a really dangerous thing. Of course, you're possibly going to die. Yeah. For sure, dude.
Oh, my God.
So apparently there was like
Prior
a bunch of
incidents.
incidents. Yeah. Oh, dude, look at that hole he's squeezing through.
Is that the one he died in, probably?
Maybe.
I think they said his body was stuck in that bitch.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, the other one was a Boy Scout, also hilarious,
Yeah.
trying to not get molested anymore.
But so
figured
like
crawl
they
into a
left
cave
his
hole.
body in there.
He was stuck.
Like he literally like
Well, yeah, you can't come back like a couple months, right? And like kind of, you know.
like collect the remains because I'm sure eventually he'll fit again, you know, because his body will like deteriorate.
Here's
you
the
know?
question that's interesting: are skeleton bones connected or are they floating for the most part? Like,
They're connected, I believe.
like if like let's just say there was a skeleton on the ground, a full skeleton, like, and then you just grabbed it by the ankle and tried to pick it up. Are you getting the whole skeleton, or are you just getting like?
I think
the
it depends
fucking
on
part of the
how
leg?
much the muscles have deteriorated.
I'm talking about like full skeleton.
Oh, full skeleton.
Yeah, no human bubble shield around it to keep it on.
Like
place.
muscles and fat are gone.
All of it's
and
gone.
tendon. Yeah, then you would. I think probably only grab certain bones because most of our bones are connected by muscles and tissue and tendons and shit,
so like
you know?
if you can't just necessarily pull his ass out
no,
because one, somebody's got to get in there to do it.
yeah,
And then two, like you're probably going to need to get certain pieces
yeah.
unless you do it like fresh.
I don't know if the hole was like vertical or slightly horizontal or what. You know, I'm not sure the orientation of the hole. But regardless, if it's vertical, then as he deteriorates, in theory, he just would fall through the hole further.
That's
you know?
true.
So, like, I guess you wouldn't want to go down there and risk also getting trapped You know?
Yeah,
Because it's
then
not like
you got
you
two
can-
dead Mormons.
Because it's not like you can like bring in heavy machinery and carve through some of these holes, you know? Because not only is it hard to fit heavy machinery in there, it's like you risk the integrity of the whole fucking cave that you're in.
It would be pretty baller if they just like threw dynamite into the hole.
I mean,
And just blast them out.
I mean, like, can you imagine the trauma like in your mind just going through before you inevitably die?
Oh,
like,
not only are you
being
stuck and suffocating, but
Yeah.
now the bottom half of you has been incinerated.
Yeah,
That's not gonna be great.
yeah, like
You're burnt all the way up to your fucking hips. You can't feel your legs. You don't know if it's just ash or if there's actually something back there anymore.
oh god,
and you're
bro.
still stuck.
Oh god,
You're
dude,
still
that's
fucking stuck.
scary. Yeah, just again going back to like what your mind does when you're in full fear. You know,
they finally
like,
get him out. He looks like Anakin from the end of the third Star Wars movie.
It makes me Darth Vader.
After he comes out of the lava.
This world's Darth Vader.
He's still actively on fire as they finally pull him out of the hole.
His wife died of trauma from the whole thing.
But he's only got county insurance, so his Darth Vader suit's cheap as fuck. It's all mismatched prosthetics and shit.
Yeah, with a little dollar store like Halloween store fucking
He's got
Darth
a
Vader
COVID
mask.
mask that's barely it's sticking to his burnt ass face. He's always pulling off skin every time he takes his mask off.
It's like an iron lung instead of a fucking like actual like breathing
Oh
mechanism.
my god, county! If Darth Vader was county insurance, what a rough mess that would have been.
If he didn't have Sith Lord insurance,
Yeah, dude.
he's like standing in line. You know, not
Really?
standing. He'd be like on a fucking bed. You know.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
you've been in those scenarios where like you've gone into county and there's a dude literally strapped to a medical bed that's vertical.
and he's
you know?
panicking. He's just fucking pissed. He's like got two cops on his side. Like, oh my god, what did that fucking guy do?
Jesus fuck, bro. Wild
God, I remember I talked about this on the show like 4 years ago when it happened, but it was back when I still had county. I had like fucked up my big toe, and it's like I told the story on the show, half of it. So the first half that I told on the show is like when they gave me the form to fill out. It said like, you know, choose your gender,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't mark it. I just like I don't know if I missed it or what.
Sure.
This is years ago.
Sure.
And I just remember she goes, do you want to write down and select what your gender is on here? And I leaned in. I was like, do I look like I'm here to fuck around? Do I look like I'm here to just play games with you? My toe hurts.
Yeah.
You can write whatever you want.
Just fucking come on.
Like if you think I'm trans, write it yourself because
Sure.
I'm not here for that shit. I'm not gonna scream at you because you think I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's gonna be fine. Like,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just want my toe to be fixed.
But the second half of that story is she waves me through, and they have me sit in this fucking special waiting room in county, where like I don't know why it even exists, but it's me, one like little old Mexican lady by herself, and then a dude who is strapped to the hospital bed, like sitting up with two cops on his side, and he is freaking the fuck out. He is screaming. He's like trying to spit.
Yeah.
They put the spit bag over his head, which is hilarious because now he's screaming through the spit bag, so it's all just like muffled chaos. And he's like fucking throwing his head around and shit like that. Like, like it was like something out of The Exorcism. And I'm looking over, and the old little lady, Mexican lady's like terrified, and the cops are standing there just nonchalant. Like they've probably dealt with this guy so much.
Dude.
Like they're over it with this guy. They don't care. If anything, they're just annoyed. They're not really.
It's maybe happened a couple of times.
Yeah, like they're so used to this guy. Like, yeah, that's just how he is. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with my toe, like, why am I in this room? What do the three of us have in common? Like, what can we
Did I
all?
just get profiled?
Is this all for the same doctor? Why are we here? We're the
What's
only
going
ones.
on?
That room over there is full of motherfuckers. Why are we the only one? All right. And I just sat there and I just watched him spaz through the spit bag.
Jesus, dude.
Because he can't see anything now, so he's just like even more angry. It's like, I don't know what he's so mad about. He's at the doctor. I mean, be mad when you leave.
Maybe he's just tripping.
Like right now, you're not
totally
in jail
psychotic.
or whatever the fuck.
Maybe
they
he
brought
was
you
one
from.
of those few like
Oh,
psycho,
shit, like DoDo?
like, yeah,
DoDo,
like
the
he's
Down
one of the
syndrome
Dodos,
boxers?
bro.
Oh my god!
You might have witnessed a real life Dodo.
If it didn't get pulled from YouTube, I would name this episode "Dodo, the Down syndrome boxer."
it for sure get pulled off YouTube.
We might name it "The Rise of Dodo."
That's why you just go to our website, thicknessintheshine.com.
No, hey, nobody
Heyo.
can fucking challenge our content.
No
there.
rules there. It's our fucking
Can't
website.
pull it down. That's pirate radio, motherfucker.
Yeah. Take it down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, this episode's gonna be called "The Rise of Dodo," though, for sure.
The Rise of Dodo.
Oh,
That's a
that-
good one.
I would play that
yeah.
video game. It'd be like that game Bully. Remember Bully?
Yes.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
It'd be that company's animation. And
Yeah.
it's just some fucking
As you level up.
6'4" murder tard.
No, as you level up, you start off like small, and as
Yeah.
you level, you just get bigger and more
Yeah,
massive.
yeah. The
Hulk-like,
first half
you
of the
know?
game, you're still dragging your head around everywhere.
Yeah, you evolve to
quite-
just being knuckle dragging.
You haven't
know?
you haven't quite built the neck muscles to force it upright for you yet. So you're just constantly fucking kissing the ground as you're walking and shit. Knuckles all scraped up from dragging them behind you.
It reminds me of old N64 games when they would glitch out and the heads would just drag down into the ground and
Yeah.
shit, and just really elongated body.
See, it's funny because I would imagine you would take Donkey Kong's mechanics and then just put
Yeah.
a Down syndrome skin over it.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's all the things Donkey Kong does. Sounds too.
Yeah.
He just goes, yeah, dude.
Okay. Just fucking throwing barrels and shit.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know?
he's fucking thunderclapping.
And then you meet that one motherfucker. It's like the principal or something that can like Mario jump over the fucking barrels. And stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dude. All right. Let's
yeah.
play a quick segment I like to call "Is It Gay?" So
Oh,
yesterday,
it's a new one. Okay.
so
Okay.
I finally finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Tight.
Wonderful game, incredible. It's the first Assassin's Creed I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Even in
intro.
like 2005, I remember thinking to myself, "There's too many of these games. I'm never gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. You don't got to play 1 through 22 or
Yeah.
whatever."
I hear Odyssey is the best one to start with if you've
Odyssey-
never played any of them.
Odyssey was fantastic. It's the most forgiving, but also just the story is crazy, right?
Yeah,
Like
elaborate.
you're a mercenary. Instead of having an Assassin's Creed little blade in your cuff, you've got the broken spear of Leonidas, who's your grandfather,
Sick.
and you're a demigod because Leonidas is your grandfather. And your first mission as a missionary is to go kill your father. And then you find out that he's not your dad and that your mom's actually alive.
Oh.
And then you find out that your mom had actually saved your little sister. The game starts with your little sister as a baby getting thrown off a cliff. And then you push the guy who threw her off of the cliff too.
Yeah.
And then your dad grabs you by the hand and throws you off of the fucking cliff. It's Sparta. You know what I'm
no.
saying? Everybody's getting tossed off the fucking cliff. And then you survive. And so then you find out, yeah.
One motherfucker.
Yeah. So then you find out your dad who tossed you off the cliff, that's not your dad. Then you find out that your mom's actually alive. Then you find out that your mom actually found your baby sister after she got tossed off the cliff.
Okay.
And fled Sparta with her. Then you find out that the baby sister is now one of the heads of like the evilest cult that Greece has ever seen.
Wow.
So she's like the
Cool.
main antagonist.
Sick.
You find out your mom is like leading a country just somewhere in the eastern part
Just
of Greece.
fucked off to a new country.
Yeah. She's a
Okay.
Spartan woman, just became the leader of a
Word.
country.
Word.
Then you go meet your real dad, who's actually a god guarding the gates of Atlantis.
Oh.
And then you have
Whoa.
your daughter dies, and then your fucking mom dies, and then you slaughter the fuck out of your sister, and then you kill your dad.
This is very Greek mythology.
Dude.
This is very Greek mythology.
Dude, the way he kills his sister was probably the most brutal in the game.
Yeah.
He like stabs her in the throat with the spear and then pulls it up through her face.
Oh, that's some
Dude,
Mortal Kombat shit,
It was some
bro.
like dragging the spear through her
Finisher.
skull, dude. It was
yeah,
fucking crazy.
fatality stuff. Hell yeah. Sick, dude.
Yeah, like everybody dies. It was crazy twist and turns throughout the whole game. Incredible story. And then at the end of the game, like I played the full thing, full credits.
Yeah.
Everything links together perfectly. The whole story makes sense and ends perfectly. Like you know that the story's over. You know what happened. Like great conclusion. So then at the end of the game, after the credits, it says story continues in Valhalla. So I look up the Valhalla trailer. I almost come in my pants. It was such a great cinematic trailer. And I was like, holy shit, I'm buying this game. I don't know what it has to do with Odyssey, but I'm buying it. Now, instead of the Spartan times, you're in the Nordic times. And you're like, you're Vikings. And, but like, there's something to do with Odyssey in it somewhere. But there's one part where you find an axe. I said all of that to get to this moment.
Yeah.
You find your
Yeah.
dead dad's axe, and you bring it back to the blacksmith. And he says, "Thunderclap of Thor." And is it gay? I thought of Thor naked twerking. Dude, I thought of just
I
like
immediately know where you're going with
a
that.
thick ass, just a plump, round ass Thor, just fucking twerking, just hands on the floor,
it's just
and the cheeks,
thunderclaps.
yeah, dude, the cheeks hitting each other is just sound is emitting off of them, like you feel the waves.
Are are the cheeks clapping downwards or side to side?
Oh, side to side,
like
dude.
a sandwich.
As he
you know?
comes down, they come together like Ragnarok, and then they smash. And then just emitting vibrations that you could physically see that just shatters the skylines.
Yeah. Dude, there's a whole meme on YouTube of like, you ever watch the show Berserk, the anime?
No,
At all?
no.
It's like super gory, like fucking action, yada yada, right? But they have this part where they play the fucking intro cinematic or the music, excuse me, and they just do all the alpha boys walking around that are fucking usually ripped and scary, you know?
Yeah.
And they had just big old butt cheeks.
Yeah.
They just walk around and the jiggles and shit and everything. It's very cartoony and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a whole meme. So I'd say you're right on par with internet culture right now.
Yeah, dude.
Like for sure.
It's like, I just couldn't. I had to wonder to myself, it's like, why is that the first image that I can create when I
I mean,
hear
who
that?
doesn't, bro? It's
Just
Thor.
thunderclaps, just blow, blow. He's just throwing it back.
Yeah, I like the image of it like cutting to you, like your character, and just nodding, like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Give me that shit.
It's like, cool, yeah.
Down.
Can you sharpen it?
Does he
Yeah, that's really all I came here for.
in person or just a visual like illusion? You know, okay, it doesn't matter. I'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all, dude.
Thunderclap
Not
of
at all.
Thor, like, blah.
Are you enjoying Valhalla, though?
Smack. Dude, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's
Yeah.
like we talked about a little bit before the show. I think it's way harder than Odyssey. I think Odyssey held your hand a lot. And
Yeah.
but here's the thing, and like I've heard arguments like because of the style of buildings in the Greek world, it makes sense that he can like free fall a lot more without taking damage and shit like that.
Sure.
Because the Greeks built everything so very smoothly, all their walls. So there's not a lot of like punishment in the parkour aspect of that game because
that
it
makes
would be
sense.
unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like there would be no parkour in that time. They're just so,
Yeah.
so like, you know, like they took away fall damage and like you can climb pretty much anything. In Valhalla, you actually have to look. You cannot climb everything. You can grab just the side of the mountain and start going, but there will be spots where like maybe there'll be some frozen ice or something.
Yeah.
And you actually maybe have to go down a little bit and then
Right.
move over and then
Right.
start climbing up there. It's awesome story so far for sure.
Yeah.
The thing I've learned about Assassin's Creed, because I wasn't into them before, like I said, there was too many. They are really historically accurate.
Yeah.
Like they do their best, like whenever they put you in one of those historic themes, like
Yeah.
Odyssey, for example. I just watched that documentary on Alexander the Great, and I watched a couple other documentaries about that time. Odyssey is like all of Greek mythology, except for just some names are changed.
Cool.
You know, instead of like you have Socrates and Herodotus, but like the names would be slightly different. Like instead of Macedonia, it was Macedonia.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So close parallels, would you say?
yeah, like
the
almost
most part.
everything is the actual words, and then some things maybe they just sound different because of accent.
Yeah.
So Socrates, they call him Socrates.
Yeah,
it's
just like
that's
slight
just how they were
pronunciation
saying it.
differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
the games are like, if you like history, the games are very like historically
You
accurate.
can see all the parallels. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
sick.
that's really fun.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're kind of like it's like if you've ever been interested in Vikings, this is a fucking Valhalla is
Yeah.
really good because fuck me, like you're learning a lot about the Vikings around the time that they ended. You know, same thing with the Odyssey. It's like you're kind of this is like right around the time that Greece is falling apart.
Okay.
And Rome is going to step
Yeah.
in and start taking charge of the world,
Yeah.
because Greek is all infighting between the Athens and Sparta, and you're kind of seeing the fall of Sparta, even though that's not the narrative. But like in history, it's like, oh, this is around the time where Sparta becomes not a place anymore, where the Athenians just kind of take it, and then now it's just Greece. and now Romans are going to start taking over everything.
Yeah, and you see that transition pretty much.
Yeah.
That's cool. Honestly, I think the history is probably was a really good way for them to provide something more with their game.
Yeah.
Because after a while, I'm sure like the assassin vibe, stealthy stuff, doesn't necessarily get old, but it needs to be revitalized in some way.
Yeah,
So it was cool that they added historically accurate stuff, as part of the soup, as we say.
And like this one is a lot more like Assassin's Creed than Odyssey was. Because here's the thing, I never played Assassin's Creed, but there is nothing about the Dark Brotherhood or whatever it's called in Odyssey.
Right.
Not once does anybody mention the Dark Brotherhood or any of what they stand for or what they do. He doesn't have the little hand blade. Instead, he's got the broken spear, Leonidas. It's got like nothing to do with it. Valhalla
Standalone almost.
brings you back to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I've met the Brotherhood of Shadows.
Cool.
I've met two characters from that, and they gave me the hand blade, which in the trailer is what he kills the goon with. So his whole thing, which I thought was kind of sick, even though I didn't play the other ones. In all the other ones, the blade is down on the inside of the hand, so they can conceal it. And when they give it to him, he's like, "I'm not a fucking pussy," and he puts it on the outside of his hand for punching.
Sick.
Like he's like, "I'm not
Sick.
like some puss crawling around in the fucking weeds and trying to sneak up and stab motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm using this as a fuck stick."
I like how that translates to mechanics,
Yeah.
because like you said, it's more like about like the comboing and the dodging and
Yeah.
stuff, and very like Dark Souls, the Elden Ring kind of vibe.
Yeah. And then now you can dual wield weapons.
Sick.
And you can have any combination.
Sick. Hell yeah.
So they got swords, maces, axes, spears, hammers, shields, and like you can actually be like, fuck it, 2 spears, 2 hammers.
Yeah,
And,
and just combo whatever you want. You know? It's
So
sick.
I'm still trying to figure out my play style. Right now, I'm just doing like sword and board, but instead of a sword, I have a small axe.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
just like parrying people with my shield and hitting them in the face with the axe.
Yeah, I'm sure that's satisfying when you hit. And is it like kind of like a timing window for the parry where you have to kind of go up, and then hit it?
That was another thing I didn't get to say to you earlier. They made the parry way harder.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they stepped up the difficulty level between these two games because they're in
That's what
succession.
everyone likes now.
They're in succession. Valhalla was immediately after Odyssey.
Yeah.
So like the difference in difficulty just between these two games is crazy. Like in Odyssey, like when somebody would go to hit you, like it would flash, and then it would flash white or orange or red, and if it was red, you can't parry it. But you use the flash as long as you hit your parry button around that time.
Right.
You would parry.
Yeah.
In this, like, there's no flash.
You just
You have to
another
watch movement. You have to watch movement.
Dude. Yeah.
And it makes parrying so much harder.
That's what everyone
but
loves
it's way
now,
more
bro.
satisfying. Yeah, it's and like the crazy and like the guards are way harder to assassinate.
Yeah.
And like they even let you have like multiple difficulty settings. So it's not like you hit new game and it's like you want easy, medium, hard.
Yeah.
It'll be like, all right, for exploration, do you want it to be like we show you where things is, kind of easy, or do you want to like no hints on anything, you have to find it mode? And then it'll be like combat, same thing, and then it'll be assassination, same thing. I have my assassination, it's the only one I chose at easy level.
Okay.
And still the guards are catching me like all the time, no matter how fucking
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you
You
bitches.
have to really pay attention to what their moveset is, how they react, and like you don't maybe not memorize, but like I almost at one point with those kind of games, things become instinctual. Like you start feeling out how the fights work. You know?
Yeah, dude.
I think that's where it hooks people, dude. 100%.
That's where it's getting me too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like I thought honestly, like hands down one of the best I've played, story wise.
Yeah.
Story wise, I mean, gameplay it was similar to a lot of other shit I've played, but
Sure.
story there were so many twists and turns, and like you really get invested in the
Kept you
characters.
engaged.
And,
Yeah.
and like I would say, the only thing better that I've played in that genre was The Witcher.
Oh, dude,
The Witcher's
Witcher's hard
crazy.
to beat, bro.
I fucking
There's
beat
so
it.
much in that game.
I did the
dude.
DLCs. I almost
Yeah.
platinum The Witcher.
Yeah.
I easily got my 100 hours out of Witcher.
Dude, your RPG adventure, we talked about this a little bit off before the show, but like your adventure from Just Cause and the racing games and GTA, that kind of like subsect of genre. Never really having played RPGs like in the
Nothing but
mainline
Pokemon.
games.
Nothing but Pokemon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you've had that mainline game, but like your first, I think it was Skyrim was the first one, right? And that went into Fallout, then into Witcher, which was the big one, and then like just domino effect. So what now? I guess further down this game, you're like what on game 8 now? I'd say
like this kind of
RPGs.
RPG. Yeah, definitely.
So I'd say like, what did you look for in Skyrim when you were first like really enjoying it, comparatively to what you look for now in an RPG game? Can you like convey that at all?
Oh man.
I know it's like a really loaded question.
No, because I mean, they're all more or less like go on an adventure, start stabbing motherfuckers.
Yeah, you start getting
gather some resources. Yeah. Like I would say the biggest difference is that when you start RPGs, the ideas of potions and crafting, it just goes away.
Yeah,
like I didn't fuck with it at all in most RPGs I play with because you can play the game without fucking with it.
Right. You just get good at the mechanics.
And that's the other thing is I've learned like there's a lot of things in these kind of games that you can just avoid if you want to.
Playstyle,
it's up to you to learn how to do it. And if you do, it's helpful. So like now, like when I play an RPG, as soon as I see like a collect button just running through the grass, I'm like, take it, whatever it is. I don't care. If it's material, it's yours. Take it now. And then I would say, I mean, I think it's just story. Story. I mean, mechanics is
Fantasy
one thing
for
sure. Like I do like being able to scale any wall. Like that's a fun part of the game. But when everything's more or less the same, the story is definitely what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there has to be that nice unison between my involvement in the world that I'm in. It's fantasy. You're there for the development of your character and what happens. I think almost like the what's the word? Not the spectacular, but like the spectacle is what I'm looking for. Like the big, huge, like wow moments you really look for in RPG because high fantasy is an escape from reality, obviously. So
that's why I think.
Go ahead.
That's why I think personally, I think Final Fantasy probably makes the best ones.
Yo, yeah, dude. Final Fantasy is something else.
Final Fantasy is the only game that's ever gotten me to weep.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? What game?
It's Crisis Core. Where Zack kills Angeal.
Bro.
When he has to kill Angeal and then he's crying over his dead body in the church afterwards, legitimately teared up. And I think I was like 15 or 16 when crying was still gay. You know what I'm saying? When you weren't allowed to do that.
No, I don't want to. Yeah.
I'm not a pussy.
You're holding it in. Yeah. It's just a game. Ooh, I'm crying anime. Yeah, dude.
You can't let my dad see me.
I can fucking beat.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, Final Fantasy's like cinematics have always been like top notch, even in game, bro. Like even when like the gameplay was like blocky polygons, like the cinematics were still like beautiful.
That and like just the getting you to really be involved with your character.
Yeah.
Like I'll say this, Fallout was a great game. I didn't care about the character.
I agree. Yeah.
Skyrim was a great game. I didn't care about my character. Alexios and Odyssey I care about. Geralt and The Witcher cared about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Zack, obviously, Cloud from the Final Fantasy series. Although I still stand on that Cloud's just a little pussy bitch. But he's still one of those.
He's a moody little fucking edgelord.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, but it's Cloud, You gotta survive him.
Yeah, and just badass shit,
Yeah. So I'd say Final Fantasy is just when it comes to writing a story and getting you immersed to the sense where you're invested in the actual characters.
Right.
That's a lot. That's really good.
Yeah, I think the games, RPG specifically, where the main protagonist is meant to be like your Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
Like it's you, but it can be anybody. There's not really like this. It's mystified, right? Like there's that type because it's like imprintable.
Yeah.
Versus like an actual protagonist of a story, Yeah,
because there's there's a lot of games where your character never speaks once.
Right.
Even when there's cutscenes and people are talking to your character, they don't speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because it's you. You come up with it. But when you give somebody life like Zack from Crisis Core,
right?
Like who you might not even identify with because that's him. It's not supposed to be you. You're playing Zack.
Yeah, it's almost like that unison of like that movie like audience attendee like viewing side of
Yes.
things
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the interactivity of being involved in the actual like story. you
Yeah.
know? Like it's a nice blend for sure.
I
you
will
know?
say there was one character, Socrates or whatever, in Odyssey, that was like one of my favorite characters, hands down, because he was like exactly like my buddy EJ.
Oh really?
Like it felt like when Alexios and Socrates whatever would have their conversations, it would always be a debate every time they spoke.
Oh yeah.
Every time they spoke,
gave you
because he's a
flashes of
philosopher.
EJ? Yeah.
So it's like you can't speak to him without having a philosophical debate. And
Yeah.
like he's just like this kind of
Obnoxious.
fat, pudgy, obnoxious dude just walking around speaking his mind all the time and like challenging everything everybody has to say.
Yeah.
And then like Alexios is just like reluctantly like loves him. You know, I'm just like, oh man, that's like EJ, man. So I definitely got very committed to that character because it was so close to like a real life character to me.
Yeah.
And so I even made sure that before I finished the game, my last mission I did was with him.
Nice.
Like a little side mission, a
Nice.
little
Yeah.
bonus
To kind of
side
like put a
mission.
little bow on the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Because
Nice.
it really does end with just everybody dying or leaving.
Jesus.
Like-
It's very Greek mythology.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
so many
It's on
people
par.
on your side when you start, and there's so few when you're done.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's fucking dead.
Yep.
Like just dead,
Yep.
dead. And the
We
ones
all
that aren't
fuck,
dead,
and then we all fight, and then we all die.
And then the
Yep.
the only ones that aren't dead decide to leave you. They're like, all right, this was
Yeah.
great, but
Deserting. Yep.
yeah, it's like we get it. You sealed Atlantis, and you're a god. I can die though, so
Yeah. So
yeah,
bye.
see ya. Sorry. You can keep the half-blind boatsman.
Yeah.
Barnabas will go anywhere you want with him.
Oh my
He doesn't
god.
give a fuck. He can't even see.
So you really enjoy the Valhalla, like for now, the mechanics, right?
I do. I think they're yeah. It's just harder.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it a bad game because
It's a different
challenging.
experience now. You know, like
It is while being the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
'cause
way-
the mechanics are similar in a way.
Well, also like the way you adventure, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you're going from town to town. You're looking for synchronized points. You're looking for hidden treasure. You're
Mm-hmm.
watching your compass. Like there's a reason I usually don't play the same game back to back. But as you saw from that trailer,
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
God damn
The
it,
Valhalla cinematic trailer was quite
it's
good.
It's very
It
good
is
for a
excellent,
trailer. For a
you
trailer,
know?
like
Yeah.
wow. I mean, video game trailers can be really cool. Like we were talking about Final Fantasy, also awesome video game trailers. But that one was just
Big sale.
I think I was just so invested into Odyssey when it ended,
Yeah.
and the fact that at the post game, it's like the story continues, and then you're
You
like,
want to know more?
and you're like,
yeah.
oh,
yeah.
is Alexios going to
There's
be in this
another
one?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you look at it, and it's like, it's not him at all, you fucking liars. That's not him. And then it starts playing. You're like, oh,
Oh, it is.
it doesn't
It's a
need to
different
be.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a blonde one.
Yes. Yeah.
They all fuck.
way more. Yeah. They all fuck as
That-
hard as
that-
they can.
that is one thing though. Ubisoft definitely pussed out with the fuck scenes.
Really?
They pussed out, dude.
Everyone's scared.
God of
Everyone's scared
War,
getting fucking
The
bitched
Witcher.
at.
The Witcher had legit fuck scenes. You're looking at him
Yep.
throw dick in The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
Like you're looking at naked bodies getting dick thrown into him.
yeah. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Geralt
He's
doesn't
got
give a fuck,
abs.
dude.
Yeah. And this one, you can fuck, but it's just like the screen goes dark and it comes back.
Of course.
That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's rating bullshit.
You've
you
got
know?
like the thickest cock a horse has ever had on a human. It's like, wow.
You just
I
fucking
must have
like
piped her
applauding,
good, I
you
guess.
know?
Yeah. I didn't have enough time to smoke a bowl for this fuck scene. You guys suck. Also, you can fuck dudes and chicks.
Nice.
Which
nice.
is because
no
you can
discrimination.
you could play a guy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So in the story, there's guys and girls that you can try to fuck. So and because it's
Whatever.
going to be the same.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
chick. If you're a chick, you could fuck all the dudes, or you fuck all the women.
Hell yeah.
or everybody.
Sure.
Alexios fucked everybody.
Yes, he
Every
has.
man or woman that
Yes.
wanted any could have my dick, and
Yes.
anybody else could get slain.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. I was fucking and killing all my way through.
Yeah, dude, that's on point for sure. So a real quick thing before the show wraps, because we got about 2 minutes out. So I am curious to what everyone else thinks. I think this is a good idea, but we want to maybe get Thickness now that he's interested in the Valhalla mechanics and the more, Dark Soulsy Elden Ring vibe and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'd be sick to do some Dark Souls runs and have your first experience with that type of game,
Yeah.
right?
Now, when you say Dark Souls runs, is this a game that's like short, and then you just keep completing it?
It can be if you're good at the game.
Okay. Okay.
You know, but it's you definitely are gonna play like at least like a couple, like I'd say like 60 to 80 hours, you know, if you get the full fill, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's like other side ramps you go, there's things you can miss, you know, there's bosses and secret things you can miss. But if you were to go like the same fucking main route and go to all the places you need to go to advance, you know, and like only did that, you could probably complete the game without getting your ass kicked a bunch, might I add, which is half the game.
Yeah.
You know, you could probably complete the game in about 40 hours of like your first time playthrough, 40 to 50.
Okay.
You know?
I thought for a minute it was going to be like one of those games where like, yeah, I mean, you could probably run through it in an hour and a half. It's just that it's fucking crazy.
Also, acknowledge that this is coming from a bias that I played Dark Souls 3 about 4 or 5 times, like over and over, you know, on New Game Plus, because you can keep doing that and it increases, I think, just difficulty in general as far as health, blah, blah, blah. You know, anyways, long story short, I would love to get you on your first, I think Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, one of those two, because Dark Souls 1 was remade, right?
Yeah.
And maybe record some shorts of that, and then have a weekly update of where you are
just
in
me
your experience.
Getting fucking mad at it.
Yeah. And really, like, I want it to be like a genuine, what's your experience? Because you could fucking hate it, which is a very common thing, you know?
Yeah.
Or you could absolutely love it, you know?
That's true.
Like, most people really kind of can sway one or the other once they beat the first boss, because you get that first endorphin rush of you just defeated something that was actually hard, you know? But there's been plenty of people who just had a meltdown trying to, because the game like difficulty curve just kind of slap you in the face every now and then, you know?
Yeah. No,
so,
is this kind of game where when you die, you have to go hella far back every time?
Depends on what bonfire you get, but yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's around the corner. Sometimes it's very far away. You know, it kind of depends. So like if you're going through an area that you know it's long, you're going to be more careful because yes, you would start all the way back at the beginning.
Is there quick save options?
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Those
it's just
bastards.
bonfire to bonfire, your save points.
Oh, my God.
So if you die, then you start at the last bonfire you're at. And you lose your souls, which is like how you level up. And you have to run up and go grab them. If you die again, then you lose all those souls.
Oh, get fucked. No, that's why I deleted Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
Dude, in Hollow Knight, when you die, you had one chance to get it back. It's your soul. And you have to go find it no matter where you were. And it'll attack you.
Oh, really?
And you only have to hit.
See, no, it's just a little.
You only have to be hit
fucking
twice in Hollow Knight to die too.
Yeah.
So there'd be times where you've explored for way too long. You never found a save point. You never went back to the surface. You die. You have to remember everywhere you went to get back there because the map will just erase because you died. And then you finally get there and it fucking kills you and you're like, great.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for sure. I will say that there is no resistance other than if you died near a mob, that mob will attack you, you know. But it's just a floating green orb that you just walk up and grab and then you have it back
that
again,
made me violently angry.
Yeah, no, like retrieving said souls, depending if you're stupid, like if you're like trying to climb along the side of a building and you know you might drop, you know, and if you drop, you're just dumb.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one of those games where it'll punish you for taking too heavy of a risk, you know,
Yeah.
but it won't overly punish you for being cautious, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think you can get through it. I honestly think you'd really enjoy it personally, but I'm also open to the possibility of you just fucking hating it.
Hey, that'll make the better content.
You know, who knows?
Fucking pissed off,
who knows?
raging at the
I mean,
fucking
well, no matter
computer
what,
screen.
you're gonna get mad. At some point, you're gonna get mad at the game.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. You know. But yeah, so maybe we'll do a Dark Souls segment. Let's comment below in the YouTube because we're on the YouTubes now. Comment wherever you can, connect with us, and let us know if you think Thickness should try his first Dark Souls game.
Hell yeah. And message a fat golfer. And just find one.
Yes.
Message them. Say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, don't even bring up back nine problems. Just try to start reaching out to fat golfers.
Sick.
And make them your friends.
Yeah. What?
Yep.
It's just a PSA for the fat golfers.
Fat golfers need more friends. They need more.
And then maybe if it goes well and you like them, then send them to Back Nine Problems.
Yeah. And then they can get one
Only
of them
maybe.
wrinkle-free ass breathable shirts.
Wrinkle-free ass?
Wrinkle-free ass.
Oh.
That's how not wrinkle-free
Wrinkle-free ass.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right, Dodo.
Dodo.